Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jakob and I'm attempting to become the youngest German-speaking person to sail around the world solo. But not taking the easy route, instead going around the legendary Cape Horn. Over the last several years, sailing vessel Wolf was prepared for this voyage. In the last episode, I finally started on a journey to which I've worked towards for the last 3 years. Leaving my home port in the Netherlands behind, I made my way down the English Channel until reaching Normandy in France. After one night stay in Saint-Valery, it's time to continue on my way south. Okay, the thing is, I'm under full sail and there is wind from the, I don't know, southeast there, so beam ridge, but I'm still in the land shadow here of the coast, so I will have to motor for another 15 minutes or something to get out of it. After turning the engine off, we make good speed and head out on the open English Channel. Okay, so we are passing. Yeah, wind is picking up. We are passing the same wind farm right now, which we passed a year ago when I sailed to Guernsey. And I got a bit too close to that at night because it was, and still is, not correctly mapped on the chart. Station calling sailing vessel Wolf, over.
Now you're inside a restricted area.
So normally with a wind farm you have like the area mapped where it is, and that wind farm is just marked with two buoys right there, one here and the other one somewhere. Yeah, the other one there. So that area, which is actually the wind farm, but is, if you don't know it and you go by the first time here, you definitely don't think that there's a wind farm between there. I really find it amazing how fast the ocean can like change its appearance. Just a moment ago it was completely black because there were clouds, I don't know, but it was completely black. Now suddenly, from one moment to the other, it's completely blue on that side and green on the other side there. Crazy. The wind is now picking up and I reduced the sail area into the first reef. Okay, and now onto the real fun. That will be fun, yes. The boat is rocking pretty heavily now. What are those? 20 knots? 20, 22? So those are the good old noodles. Those were... Okay, amazing, absolutely amazing. Okay, so we are fighting our way upwind here in 20, I guess 25 knots. I don't have a wind meter, 20 meter. So I just have to guess, but I guess those are around 25 knots. And I just went on the foredeck to prepare the third reef because it has a bit of a different system, because originally the boat doesn't have a, or the rig doesn't have a third reef, and I've added that additionally, so that has a bit of a different system, and I had to prepare that in case I need it, in case the wind goes further up. And yeah, I've gone into the second reef quite a while ago and felt the Genoa in even more. And there is a beautiful rainbow right behind there. Absolutely amazing. A whole rainbow from that side all the way to the other side. Wow. But it's absolute beautiful sailing right now, even though we're going upwind, but doing over 8 knots right now. There, 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 8.4 with the current. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful sailing right now. That's one thing I learned until now. You always have to think positive, because negative thinking just doesn't help you anything in sailing, especially in a bad situation or in a serious situation. So yeah, amazing. Okay, we are slowly going into the night and it's getting pretty dark over here, and that cloud makes me a bit nervous, to be honest. But let's see. As long as there's no lightning, if it's just rain or a bit more wind, I'm okay with that. But I hope it's not lightning, so let's see. What comes next is something which tops everything I have experienced before. Okay, so we are passing a cargo vessel right now, and he just completely disappeared in a fog-like thing, so that's rain. Which seems like a lot of rain, so I'm gonna prepare myself for heavy rainfall, put the fall weather gear on, and then let's see what happens, how it develops. And the fun starts. I just saw a lightning there somewhere, and there's about 180-degree wind shift right now. Genoa is flapping in front of there. Yeah, that's scary, I have to admit, but we'll have to get through this. I'll have to tack now probably, and then I'll keep myself below deck if it really starts to flash. Yeah, let's see. So I think it's time to turn on my positioning lights there, because it's really getting dark outside. Curious what comes. Okay, so I just had to shut the hatch here because it was pouring rain inside here and everything is wet on the floor. We are basically heaved to right now. I don't have an idea where the wind even comes from. And I'm going under engine now and looking to not crash into that cargo ship with which, adding to that, AIS signal is lost. So I don't really know how accurate that AIS position is. So really the main focus now is to avoid that cargo vessel right in front of me. Yeah, that was the day has gone so well until now, so that probably had to come. The good thing is that the dark part of that whole front here is behind us, and in front of us is more bright part. So let's hope we are getting through it slowly but surely. I'm not celebrating too early, but we are back on our old course under sail. I just have the engine running under standby until we are surely through. And the cargo ship is right there on that side. We're back on the correct course. Wind is coming from the old direction. So yeah, let's see. And we are going straight towards the bright area there. Holy shit. Oh, my nerves, my poor nerves. Now I am sure that we are through this massive front, so I turn off the engine, which was running on standby, and can return to my old southerly course. But just when I thought it was over. I think it's time to take in more of the Genoa because wind is picking up. I think those are nearly 30 knots now, and we're heeling steady 30 degrees, which could be 10 degrees less. I'm finally able to talk to the camera again. But what basically happened is was after the rain front, thunder front, the wind picked up a lot to like forecasted were a maximum of 25 knots. But that were definitely not 25 knots. Those were more like 35 to 40 knots. And I wanted to switch to the storm chip, which I did. First I went into the third reef, then I wanted to switch to the storm chip, but before being able to do that I had to fill the Genoa in, completely in. When I was doing that, the Furler line detached itself or ripped itself loose, I don't know, from the Furler itself. So in 35 or 40 knots of wind the whole Genoa furled itself out. And yeah, you can imagine what that does. So that huge 29 square meter sail was completely furled out and flapping around. The whole rig shook, and the whole boat. So I was really concerned for the rig, to be honest. And after battling for around 30 or 40 minutes, I finally got it furled in manually. So I went downwind and clipped myself into the lifeline, went on the foredeck and furled it in by just turning it with my hands, which took, I don't know, 5 or 10 tries, I didn't count at some point. And then finally, when I got that damn sail furled in, I was able to switch to the storm chip, which went pretty smooth actually. So we are now still running under the storm chip, and I've gone back into the second reef because the wind has gone back to like 20-25 knots. But I decided to go into Fécamp because firstly there's an absolute chaos in here, secondly everything's wet, and third I can't use the Genoa. The main reason why I'm going into Fécamp is that I'm basically sailing on the spot when I want to go towards Cherbourg, because we have the tide against us right now and huge waves and a lot of wind. So we're basically on the spot, and I decided I'm not doing that. I'm going into Fécamp, that is like 4 hours to the coast there, and then lick my wounds and look for another weather window and try again. So we're going into Fécamp now. Okay, so I've just taken apart the Foresail Furler here, and the worst thing, which I believed fortunately didn't happen. So my worst thought was that something completely broke away inside the furler, which led to the furling line ripping off of it. So I discovered that the problem actually is a bit more than just that blade here coming loose. So the problem is that basically the screw which holds the blade in place and presses it on the furling line there, or on the end of the furling line, that screw doesn't hold up anymore in the plastic here. So it has basically cut through that. So I just decided on a way easier fix, which also holds better than the old one. I basically made a knot in that end here, which holds the line in place, and I just hope that the whole furler turns without problems with this. But yeah.
Yeah, this be fun, boy. T'entends pas ou quoi? Ça va se savoir. Tu es la plus belle. Tu es la plus belle du village. Tu es la plus belle du village. La seule qui me met en marche. Tu es la plus belle du village.
In the next episode, we again get caught in rough weather, but manage to finally make our way south to the Channel Islands after another stormy night.